There's a difference between the appraised value of the property and the market value of a property. And a lot of times sellers have a hard time understanding this. For example, we have some clients that have chosen to have an appraisal done prior to listing their home on the market, and that's fine. Or maybe they were in the process of doing a refinance and the appraisal was completed and they decided to list and sell the property instead. Well, here's a few examples of how market value differs from an appraised value of a property. So, for example, on a single family residential property, if the property is tenant occupied, you're going to have a limited number of buyers. So, of course, investors may be attracted, but they're only willing to pay about 70% of value for a property. Most savvy investors, let me say that. But owner-occupant buyers, you're going to be limited because with the tenant-occupied property, owner-occupant buyers want some type of certainty. So in other words, they want to know when can they close and when can they move in. Those are most important things. With a tenant-occupied property, there's no guarantee. You may have some target dates, but those can be delayed by a third party, which is the tenant. So you're going to have a limited number of buyers willing to buy that property. That's going to impact the market value. Now, all things are not negative. So let's just say, for example, you had an appraisal last month done on a property, but interest rates were, at 1%. Now they dropped a point or two in some cases. The market value has now changed because you have an influx of buyers who can now afford more due to the decrease in interest rates. So sometimes new developments in the area, changes with the school system, things like that happen in real time, and the trend can go up or down, and that's going to impact the market value. We've seen buyers pay more than asking. We've seen buyers pay more than, give an appraisal guarantee. Hey, I'll pay $10,000, $20,000 above appraised value. And that's still happening until this day, pretty much. So market value is more determined by a buyer's willingness to buy at a certain price. And that can have factors that are outside of the standards of what appraisers are looking for: comparable sales, condition of the property, square footage. They are looking at supply, months of supply, and they are looking at trends. But this information can sometimes become dated and it's not in real time, or it's a neighborhood by neighborhood situation. So there are factors that impact the property's market value and buyers' willingness to buy. If you want a full detailed list of things that impact the market value of a home, just feel free to reach out to me, leave a comment below, or follow me on all social media platforms, or visit regiusrealestate.com.